Hey, what's going on everybody? Protein bar review guy here. In the middle of bulking season here, right in the middle of Thanksgiving and Christmas. So stay tuned, follow the progress through the winter time. If you're doing the same thing, keep following, because in the spring, we're gonna go back into what we've done in the past years of the spring cut, where I'm gonna give you tips on how to cut down and lean out for spring and summer. So how to preserve that lean muscle mass that you worked so hard to build over the winter, and to target the fat and strip off the fat and keep the muscle so you get that lean, sculpted, cut physique that you're trying to get with the whole cycle of winter bulk and spring cut. So stay tuned for that. So up today we have this Clif Builders bar, which a lot of people have been asking me about. This is a pretty popular one. It's sold in most grocery stores, pretty widely circulated. They're boasting 20 grams of protein. This is chocolate peanut butter. I just picked that one because chocolate peanut butter is, in general, my favorite. All right, so let's look at the ingredients on this. First ingredient, soy protein isolate, cane syrup, cane sugar, brown rice syrup, palm kernel oil, vegetable glycerin, soy flour, rice flour, chicory fiber syrup, peanuts, natural flavors, peanut butter, cocoa butter, then more soy protein concentrate, high oleic sunflower oil, sea salt, rice starch, soy lecithin. All right, so these are pretty bad ingredients. I really didn't see anything I liked in here that, well, they used sunflower oil instead of more soybean oil. So I'm gonna give this a 1 on ingredients, because this is one of the worst things I've seen. Not to mention you have the natural flavors, which we don't really know what that is. But the first ingredient is soy protein isolate, and then the number 2 is cane syrup. So, and then followed by cane sugar, and then brown rice syrup. So you've got a horrible protein source, followed by cane syrup, then cane sugar, and then brown rice syrup. So 3 different kinds of just bad, sweet junk. So this is really bad ingredient-wise. Calorie count, 290, which is higher than we would like to see in a bar, which we talk about 180 to 220 calorie range window. Not a big deal though. I mean, if you're looking for more calories, if you're bulking like I currently am trying to do, you know, the extra calories are good, you know, especially if you time this right. Immediately after your workout, like as you're walking out of the gym, eat this. Not when you're sitting on the couch and you want something chocolate and peanut buttery, or if you're sitting at your desk doing computer work. This is not a go-to snack. This is after the gym. 290, so calorie count, we'll give it a 7 for calorie count. Then protein content, we've got 20 grams of protein, which we said 20 grams is basically the middle of the road, what we would like to see, the threshold for the bar at 180 to 220 calorie range. So for this 20 grams of protein in this bar, that's 290 calories. I would like to see more. I would like to see at least 25 to 30 grams of protein. So I'm gonna give it a 5 for protein on that. So let's figure out the macros. All right, so macros, you have 20 grams of protein, like we just said, carbs, 29 grams, and 11 grams of fat. So protein and carbs are both 4 calories per gram. So 20 grams of protein is 80 calories from protein. Out of this 290 calorie bar, only 80 grams of it is protein. That is what, less than a third. You're looking at like what? Got 27% of this bar is protein, the rest is carbs and fat. So 11 grams of fat. Remember, fat is 9 calories per gram. So 11 grams is 99 calories of fat, so 100. So you've got more fat and more carbs than protein in this, and they call it a protein bar. Now, I don't want to totally slam it, because all of these macros are important, right? You can't live on just protein alone. You need carbs and you need fat, but you need them in the proper percentages. So if you're trying to eat something as a source of protein and you're getting more fat and more carbs of it, that's not really a source of protein, okay? You're getting protein with your source of carbs and fats. It's like saying, I'm gonna eat hard-boiled eggs for the protein. You know, That's with the yolk in there, you're looking at like 65% of a hard-boiled egg is fat. Yeah, you're getting a little bit of protein from the egg white, but it's mostly fat. So you don't want to think of a hard-boiled egg as a go-to source for your protein because it's mostly fat, just like the point I'm trying to make with this bar. Okay, so macros on this, I'm giving it a 3 because they suck. All right, now let's see how it tastes. This thing's pretty substantial in weight, covered in chocolate. It's pretty much like biting into a really thick chocolate covered piece of cardboard. That's the texture I get from it right off the bat. There's a little bit of creaminess from the chocolate on the outside, not much. You can see there, it's a very thin layer of chocolate on the outside. The peanut butter flavor is pretty good. Not overly strong, not overly great. Texture on this, I'm gonna give it a 4. And taste, I'm gonna give it a 4 as well, now that it's starting to come up with some weird kind of aftertaste to it. Yeah, pretty disappointing, this Clif Builders bar. So let's recap, come up with an overall score here. The ingredients sucked. The calorie count was a little high, no big deal. Protein content lower than we would like. Macros sucked. Taste and texture were disappointing. Yeah, overall on this, I'm gonna give it a 4. This is pretty bad. I'm gonna just say stay away from these bars. Just don't even make them like your occasional go-to bar once in a while. No, just don't buy these things. They're terrible. You'd be better off trying something you've never had before and seeing if you like it than buying one of these again. All right, let's get into 4. Protein bar review guy. I'll catch you later.